I'm going to call this a Gyaan lecture, because each of the items which I'm going to talk about is not really connected to the previous one, but everything is important. So investment Gyaan, coming from experience on which I had done a post, so I don't want to miss anything. So I'll just read and talk to you about it. Risk has to be managed before the start of the journey. This is very important for people to understand. Whether it is investing, whether it is traveling, whether it is sex, the protection has to be taken much before the event starts. You cannot cover risk after the event is over, right? So understand where risk is. The risk is when you're crossing the road. When you're about to cross the road, you need to understand there is a risk. After you've crossed the road, risk of that crossing has ceased. Next time you cross, again there is risk. So please understand, risk is always before you start the journey. Risk is not after you finish the journey. Long-term wealth creation has extremely long periods of pure wealth preservation. That is the time when you're not trying to grow your wealth. You just need to be in the right place. You have to be in the right direction. Maybe you're going at a very slow pace. Don't change direction. Don't say I will interrupt the journey. The longest part is in the waiting, right? Right now during COVID times, you may be watching it sometime later, but right now during COVID times, the only important thing in your portfolio is liquidity. Do you have enough cash to meet the problems of not being able to go to work and earn money, right? Each industry will behave very differently, but if you're a barber, you're not going to have any income for the next 2-3 months at least. If you're a priest, you may not have much income. If you're a cook, you may not have much income, because people are not going to allow strangers into the house very easily. So do you have enough cash? So sometimes in your portfolio you're looking for growth, sometimes you're looking for liquidity. So right now the main focus of every portfolio has to be liquidity. Do you have enough liquidity to pay your SIP? Do you have enough liquidity to pay the EMI? Now the thing you're seeking from your portfolio is liquidity. Don't seek growth. Don't worry. 2021 is a complete washout in terms of income. You have got to look at the 2 years together. You have to now look at 2022 March results. Till then, just write it off. Imagine, just have liquidity. Just know that you have to be sensible, not to expect anything. That's all you have to do now. Just sit tight. Risk control is about controlling greed in the market which is rising and controlling fear in a market which is falling. Right now, we do not know whether the market is rising or falling. March was bad, markets fell, but in April it recovered. We have no clue whether the market is reacting to something sensible or just reacting to liquidity. We don't know. So control both your greed and your fear. Don't be fearful and sell off everything saying this virus is going to finish us. Or don't get greedy and say, wow, the market has fallen so much, let me buy. We don't know. Just wait for the signals. We have no clue what is going to change in our lives. If I am going to travel only once a week, maybe I'll get rid of my car and my driver and use an Ola or an Uber. I may be spending much less on clothes, but I may be buying good quality video equipment and photography equipment, cameras at home, so that I can do my video conferences much better than using a handheld phone or my laptop camera, which is not very good. Once we know those patterns, we will know how the things are going to change. But if you're continuing your SIP, you have your SIP already, it's a great opportunity, because you're going to get more units at a lesser NAV. That's fine, do that, but don't try to get greedy and saying let me buy the whole market. We have no clue how the market is going to pan out. Tops and bottoms are for, see, it will happen once in a while. I have picked up 3-4 times when I picked the bottom and the top in a share. It is sheer luck. Don't wait for the tops and bottoms. You're never going to be able to catch the top and bottom in the same share. One share you would have caught the bottom, some other share you will catch the top. That is just, it is just an event to happen. So if I have done say 4,000, 5,000 transactions in my life, Maybe I've done this 4 or 5 times, I may have caught the top and bottom. And you can't plan it that way. If you get it, great. If you don't get it, doesn't really matter. You can generate alpha by good risk management. How do you do risk management? Simply by staying cool when everybody around you is excited and everybody wants to buy pharma, buy this, buy that. Just staying cool can create alpha for you. Don't jump around like I would say a monkey. During this period of when you're, let's assume for a minute that you are unable to do your SIPs because you have a cash flow problem. You're paying your EMI, you're paying for all your expenses, you've not stopped any of those things, but you're unable to pay for your SIP. That is a bad scenario. But the worst thing can be withdrawing from your equity accounts for your expenses. It means two things. One, you do not know when to withdraw, or it means you didn't have enough cash reserves built. Whatever be the reasons, at least invest in learning that you should have enough cash reserves so that you don't sell equity at a time when it may not be the best time to sell. You always sell equity when you want to sell, not when you're forced to sell. That's one very basic thing of creating wealth through equity. Don't interrupt the compounding. So right now, investing more makes sense. Yes, continue your SIP. Maybe you add, if you're doing 1 lakh rupee SIP, you add another 5,000 or 10,000, nothing more than that. Don't put another 10 lakhs, bringing it from bank FD or something and saying, let me buy the market. No, that's not what I'm saying. Little bit of topping up of SIPs, a little bit starting a new SIP, any of those things are okay. But don't go overboard. And the worst thing that you can do is stop the SIP and withdraw money from equity. Don't do those things. Not doing those things is good enough at this stage, because at this stage, like I said, you're looking for liquidity. Don't look for growth till the signals are clear, till we have the virus vaccine in place, and till we have those things. Don't be in a hurry. The market is not running away anywhere. And if everybody goes and buys pharma, we know pharma will go up. That's not enough reason for us to buy. Wait, cool, and then you can take a decision on when to buy. Skim the market, but don't think you will get the tops and the bottom. But yeah, you will always get opportunities. You will get shares which have been battered down, a share which has been pulled out of the index because it's not doing well. Maybe it's a great opportunity to be buying, right? Parag Parikh talks about those shares coming out of the index and going into the index. How it makes sense to buy the ones which are coming out rather the ones which are going in, right? So he does that. It's a completely contrarian approach, but he does talk about that in his book where he talks about indexing, and he's not a big fan of indexing. So just as an example, when you are trying to buy like a contrarian, you need to have the patience of a contrarian. So when people talk about being a contrarian while investing, it's great to be a contrarian, but you have to be there for a very long time as a contrarian. If you have invested in pharma 3-4 years back, maybe you'll make money in the next 3-4 years, but that means 8 years of holding on. That's not easy, not that everybody does it. So if you are a contrarian buyer, understand that you need the patience of an elephant to sit around that and wait for the rewards to flow, right? Thank you.